Hey all, Dirk here from Dirk's Dystopia. Finally updating with episode 4 of my Word Bearers vlog, the project vlog. The amazing news is that phase 1 is actually done. Every model that I had originally planned for the army is complete. Painted, based, decals, the whole thing. Even they're even clear coated. Some of you that have watched my other videos know that I'm kind of difficult. I always have to clear coat a model, otherwise it's not done. I hate to see my paint get chipped. So these are all done. The last update, a fair number of them were done, and since then what I have completed would be this tactical support squad, this tactical support squad, 2 apothecaries, and then my chaplain, which if you've watched the step-by-step video, he's in there, and then my Moritat with Volkite Serpentis. Most of the stuff stayed is exactly as I had originally planned it at the beginning. This squad, this tactical support squad, originally was going to be heavy bolters. The change to veterans and the way that marksman works, where it actually doesn't exist anymore. I always kind of was planning on doing the heavy bolters because then I could throw 2 heavy bolters in a veteran squad, 6 shots with a chance fishing for 6s and hit that rending. It's not there anymore, the rules changed, but I was going through my bits box and I somehow managed to have, I actually have 5 more, but I had 5 Volkite Chargers. So I figured 15-inch range, 2 shots, assault 2, be a great unit. So pretty excited to see how they shake out on the table. The apothecaries are pretty standard. Painting white over the red was a little bit of a challenge, took several coats, nice like thin light coats. Still a couple spots where it was a little too thick, so I've smoothed it out as best I can. The chaplain I mentioned is in the video. You've probably already had seen. It's there if you haven't watched it. The only difference is I did post video. I was looking at him and I'm like, man, the weapon, it's a cool weapon. I did like what GW did with that model, but it just wasn't Word Bearer chaplain enough for me. And I was going through my bits box for a different project, which you'll see shortly. And I found, I think they're from the Dark Angel, their knight. They have the Terminators that are the knights. I can't remember what they called. Long ago I had a 40k Dark Angel army. But I had these bits with their big mauls on a sprue that I'd never used, and so I just chopped one off and swapped the top of the weapon. Now he's got that Word Bearer look with it. Almost looks like a giant censer, but it's also a massive mace, so it really looks like a good Crozius stand-in. So I'm pretty happy with that. Moritat, I did end up using the Green Stuff cable making kit, where you basically roll out the cable, the green stuff, and you can make cables, because I was not patient enough when I went to put on the cabling from his Serpenta into his backpack, and I basically just snapped the resin all to pieces. There might have been some temper losing. I may have said some choice words that I will not repeat here, but he sat unpainted for a very long time because I wasn't sure what to do that, and then I was scrolling through Instagram and somebody posted a Mechanicum thing they were doing, and they had some really cool cabling. I'm like, oh my goodness, where did you get this cabling? And they told me. So the Green Stuff kit is amazing. Maybe someday I'll try to throw together a video on that. But yeah, now he has cables going from his guns to his backpack. All is right with the world, and he is there is an Ultramarines helmet on his base there, you know, just to try and twist the knife a little bit. So yeah, all done. We got the 2 tactical squads, tactical support squad with plasma guns, tactical support squad with Volkite Chargers, Terminators, Praetor, the Dreadnought, the 2 apothecaries, and then a heavy support squad with Volkite Culverins. I have used that in a Zone Mortalis game, and I think actually in a regular game. I wasn't filming because wasn't fully painted, but man, 4 shots each, all of them still alive. That's 20 shots. I think it's a 36-inch range. Might only be 24, but man, it's yeah, it's fun stuff there. Strength 6. I have been running the Praetor as the Praetor Tribune, but I think I'm kind of moving away from that now because I can't give him, now that I have the appropriate models, I want to take the Word Bearers Rite of War. I can't give him Burning Lore because he's a Praetor. Tribune. So I've just been running him as a regular Praetor with, you know, a Paragon blade and whatever. He's a little more expensive. You do save, I think you save 5 points if you kit the model out exactly. It's a 5-point difference, but then I can't slap level 1 Psyker on him. So that's what I have now. In the pipeline, I have a Forge World cart I'm about ready to pull the trigger on. It looks like it's for sure going to have Ashen Circle, because the new models for that make them look amazing. And then I'm going to get 3 Rhinos, and then I'm on the fence about getting Galvor back. I want them. I will get them eventually, but just it's cost versus time I have right now to do projects. I've got a couple other projects. If you can't see because the camera is facing this end of my table, that end of the table is just completely covered in projects that I have at various stages. So it's about balancing my time too. So this is episode 4. I will come back in a second and with some close-ups of the models that I finished between the last one and this one. I'm not going to do like the tactical squads and the stuff that you saw last time, but I do want to give you a chance to see where everything else is at. So back in a second with those close-ups.
All right, here are the apothecaries. Still struggling a little bit painting a good smooth white, especially over the top of this red coat. I noticed that the Tamiya Clear Red really bled through the white until I'd gotten several good solid base coats on. I had a bad bottle of Ceramite White, which is a Citadel paint. It was real grainy and it didn't work out well. But I switched over, got another bottle of Corax White, and that actually seemed to work much better. So that covered it smooth, and then I highlighted it with White Scar a little bit. But yeah, they're not real great pictures for seeing the white, but it was a struggle. All right, this is the Chaplain. I had a ton of fun doing this. The video, obviously, of step-by-step through, but I really enjoyed this model. The pose, the attitude of it, I think he's great. The conversion on that mace is awesome. It's one of my favorite parts of the model. It just kind of brings the whole thing together and makes it look nice and word bearer. The Moritat. Love-hate relationship with this model. I really struggled with getting those cables just right, finding the green stuff kit, the roll maker. Awesome. They fixed it. I do like the concept of them, and I think the newer rules, the updated rules, are going to make them a lot of fun, but prior to that they were pretty tough to play. We'll see how the Volkite does. It should be fun. Plasma Squad. A little bit expensive. 5 guys with plasma guns just stack up pretty quick, but man, they can delete infantry. We're going to see how they go. I have a good habit of rolling a bunch of 1s, so it should actually make it interesting and fun. Sergeant is, Artificer armor, but that's about it. Not as much you can do with them as with my Salamanders. And the Volkite Charger Squad. Like I mentioned before, this wasn't part of the original plan, but I did find them in my bits box, and the heavy bolters just weren't as attractive as they were originally. I think these guys are going to have all kinds of fun in Zone Mortalis. On the bigger open boards, they may be a little bit more lackluster. They may struggle to do much, that 15-inch range, but it is Assault 2. We'll see. But I'm going to have fun with them.
All right, there you have it. That's all the models, the close-ups. All told, it comes to about 1,700. I think I can get a 1,754 point list. Probably shave it down to 1,750 if I need to. But that's putting, burning lore on all 3 characters. The Dark Brethren, the Rite of War. Apothecaries are always risky in that because your unit that they were planning on going in can end up being demons if you roll a 6. So I have to look at the rules on that and see if I can then put the Apothecary in a different unit, what order of operations all that happens in. But yeah, about 1,750 points, which is a big Zone Mortalis game, especially on a 4x4 board, but bloody. That's what you want with Zone Mortalis. And then I mentioned earlier, I'm going to have Rhinos for sure are coming, Ashen Circle, maybe Galvor back. But with the addition of the Rhinos, they'll be moving towards more viable on an actual open table game, putting them over 2,000 points with that and the Ashen Circle. So yeah, that's the next thing. Next video in the series, I am going to kit bash / convert a word bearer, what are they called, Diabolist. So yeah, a little bit more demon looking. They are demons according to the rules. So I ordered a bunch of bits, so they all finally came in. I have them together. I just need to sit down and start filming myself chopping them all up and fitting it together to make it work the way I want. I'm excited for that. If you made it this far in the video and you're still here, please go ahead and like, subscribe. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Try to post progress shots as often as I can. So yeah, appreciate your time. Thanks.